So now we're going to talk about the most returned TVs after Christmas and just kind of let you guys know if you got a good TV or a bad one, and also talk about some differences we see here on the sale floor. So the first thing I noticed immediately as I walked over to the QLED section, at the bottom you have the QN85A, and at the top you have the QN90A. Now the QN85A has a lot more color than what we have on the top on the QN90. I'm pretty sure you can see that the differences are pretty dramatic, and as I look at it with my naked eye, it's even more apparent. Just kind of going back to what I saw initially when I reviewed the QN. Let me look at that grass right now, like ridiculous. Just kind of goes back to what I saw with the QN90A, where it was just meh by comparison. So, you know, I mean, look at the brightness difference here. It's pretty crazy. That's intense. We look at that. So as I look at all this stuff, it's like the top image is definitely a lot better, obviously. I mean, but then it kind of goes back to what I'm saying, like the QN90A. Like here you have another TV. The top is the QN800A, the bottom is the QN90A. And even at Best Buy demo level, you can see there's a massive color loss on the QN90A. This is the second QN90A that we're seeing this on. So if you got that for Christmas, you might want to return it for sure, because it's a trash TV, like 100%. What is this? I see a lot of blooming on it. Of course, it's QNED 90. Dude, the blooming is disgusting. Can you see that? Bro, we're not even standing at an awkward angle or anything. We're just standing in front of it. And man, that blooming, it lit up like the 4th of July. So that's not something that we obviously would want to have happen there. We got a couple of TVs back here. Smaller TVs. I don't know what those are. Not many returns yet. I think we can still wait to see what happens. Of course, no Best Buy return collection is complete. I don't know if you can see that without insignia right there. And then you've got a little tiny Samsung here. You got some insignia speakers. Right? Nobody wanted that. So, more or less what you're looking at for the most part. And then you got headphones and stuff. And yeah, dude. That's pretty it. Come now as we walk into a Magnolia and look at the best and worst TVs in Magnolia. Okay, so this is a sound bar. So we go over here. That is the QN900A. First impressions, QN900A. What am I thinking? This particular model's big. See some blooming on the sides. Not too happy with the glare coating. Over sharpened, some clipping, oversaturated. At a glance, these are the first things that I'm noticing. Motion is horrible, and the color temperature is just way off. For me, off of those first impressions, it would immediately be walking over to the next TV. Looking at this TV over here, this is the A90J. I think everybody knows this TV. Everybody kind of heard this is the best one on planet Earth. Then we've got the X95J at the top, and then the X90J at the bottom. Of course, they are not running competing demos because, well, you probably see a difference between those two and maybe sway your decision one way or another, maybe. Who knows? The QN85 up top. Which, personally, if I'm being honest, I mean, if it wasn't for the blooming, like now, I see a lot of blooming right now on that demo. But if it wasn't for that, like the QN85A, it had really good brightness and color, it did. It's just really disappointing because of blooming. If they could have gotten that under control, it would have been one of the better ones. So I think, so far, that would be the better looking one that I've seen right now. And then this Neo QLED right now is more of the same. Over sharpened, oversaturated, clipping everywhere. Not my take. Okay, then what? We've got the Terrace. The QLED Terrace, which I haven't seen before. So just at a glance, looking at the QLED Terrace, what do I think? Motion rate 240 is garbage. That's never really worked out good, so I'm not expecting much there. I think when it comes to these TVs, they focus more on it being durable for outside versus actual picture quality, because, I mean, it's bright, and that's wonderful, but there's a lot of grain. A lot of grain. And when things kind of pop in, like the text just then, it was kind of smeary, and motion in general was smeary and choppy, as I saw that boat kind of pan in that scene. So yeah, like, it's a good amount of chop to it. Not my dig. All right. You have a Sunbright TV. I don't really see anything bright about the TV, but the contrast is exceptional. Don't know if that's because these are pictures or something like that, but more or less looks all right. Of course, this is a QNED. It's just way over sharpened, and muddy, very muddy right now. And it's rich because if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be like the 8K? No, this is the QNED or the QNED 90. So I guess not. It's the 4K. But man, for 4K, that looks like garbage, bro. Can you see that? I guess you really don't want to be blowing up an image. I tell you all the time about this pixel degradation, but that looked horrible. One of the worst looking things I've seen in a while. And then last but not least, we have this right here that's directly in front of us, which is... What TV is this? Let's see, I don't know. This is the A80J. The next everybody swears by it TV. And honestly, I'm not impressed as before. It's just okay. It's just, having seen the C1 and all the other ones, I think that's where I would kind of go. I'd go that route for sure. And you could tell, they really are overselling these TVs because you see the color temperatures are really, really cool to drive out the most amount of vibrancy. But I can pick up on that immediately. So yeah, at a glance, I'd say the QN85 honestly was the more striking in Magnolia, which was a surprise. And that's pretty much what I would go to. Outside of that, I wouldn't really put my hat on too many others. So if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.